Hello, my name is C, and today I have a post review for you. In these videos, I just like talking about what I like, what I didn't like, anything like that about the canvas that I've completed. So today I have Teatime Spell by Bug from Diamondartclub. So let's get into it. I've done one other post review. It's also a Diamondartclub, but I've been doing a lot of theirs recently. A lot of my whips are small shops, but it's just, this is my most completed. Anyways, I'm rambling. This is Teatime Spell. I did it for 2 events. Drills and Chills and the Fall DP Along, hosted by the Diamond Stitcher. Why do I keep forgetting who's hosting it? Anyways, this is the first one I completed for both of these events. It is my 23rd start, but my 20th finish. So far I've done 11 squares and 12 rounds this year. I started this kit September 1st of 2023 and I ended it on the 16th. It is round, I should say. I did start a new job on the 7th, so I thought this one would go a lot quicker. But when you work full-time, that doesn't happen. Anyways, it is 55.8 by 70.6. There is, 65 colors, 3 ABs, 2 fairy dust. And we'll take a look at the fairy dust because I'm excited about those. And I'm sighing because I see audiobooks here. I have been reading. I have been listening to Fourth Wing for ages. Ooh, that's House and Earth and Blood. I like marking down what audiobooks I listen to. Hi, I'm a librarian. I'm supposed to read a lot of books, but somehow that's not happening. Because I've been stuck reading Fourth Wing. I know I should just abandon it and move on, but I really want to know what happens. Anyways. Oh, I'm gonna need this again because I'm doing some comparisons here. Anyways, Fourth Wing. It took me 16 days to complete this, but I also started working again, which is kind of sad because I would have finished this quicker. I love this image. We're gonna take a look at my diamonds. So I like using the Elizabeth Ward trays for Diamondartclub. And you know those little stickers that you get for like the logbook or like the side of your box? I trim them out and put them on top of my storage containers. I just think it's a fun way to use them up. Although I do have an entire container full that I have yet to do anything with, so we'll get there. Alright, here are the diamonds. Usually I do not store them like this. I usually have it as like the numbers and then the letters and symbols by colors and shades. However, when I get down to like the halfway point or below, I start shifting over colors that I don't use anymore, and then I put all my specials at the bottom. So when I go to dekit, these are the last ones that I deal with so I can make sure they get into their proper bags. Now, this kit, I put these aside because they were in there. I'm going to talk about those. This kit had a lot of neutrals, like there's 65 colors. So you ended up with colors that you had very minimal amounts. And like at some point I was getting worried that I was going to run out with some of these colors. But there were also the ones that, like, maybe there was 10 of them, so there wasn't a whole lot. Like this guy. And, like, even this guy I was getting worried about. This one is, like, all of the outlining in the windows and its inner hair. That's besides the point. There were still lots of extras. Oh, this was another one I was worried about. Because it is in like the plants and the pots on the bottom of the canvas. But anyways, these are our ABs. So the first one was 109. I can probably zoom in a little bit so we can see better. Here we go. This kind of like gray taupey, that's not right. This kind of like pale brown. It's a very pretty AB, but I think it's a weird one to have in this canvas, and I will get into that. Our second was this pale yellow. Again, usually with ABs you run pretty close to running out, and I was getting a little worried with this guy, but we made it. It's fine. The third AB, which kind of sucks that it wasn't the symbol 3 because it's the number 3. Nitpicky things. I like when my ABs are all grouped together on the canvas, but whatever. Or in my containers. But whatever. It is the classic 141 white. Which really shows the coating the best, I think. But yeah. There was also 2 fairy dusts. So the first one was 775, which is this like super pale blue. Let's see if I can get a few. Will you focus? No? Ignore my nails. I meant to paint them and I forgot, and I don't feel like doing it anymore. I'll show you better on the canvas. And then we also have this like, it shows yellow on the camera, but it's more peachy. But it shows peachy on the canvas. It's this one right here, this color. That's so strange. Anyways, peachy one. The fairy dust in it is more gold. Oh, there you go. Is more like a gold silvery look to it. Super pretty. Anyways. Rounds, I am not super picky about drills like I am with squares. So this is all the trash I had. Some random bits of plastic, but like, it's not bad. There's a lot of fairy dust in here, and that's just because they were like concave or they had extra bits of plastic sticking off of them. So there's that. Not a whole lot. Like, that's pretty impressive for the size. Now, I added an extra AB into this kit. I had a whole bunch of extra 101s, and I used it to replace this blue. They aren't very similar, but I think like it totally blends in where I used it, so it's not very noticeable. Which is why there's so much extra of this. There would not be this much extra blue if I actually used the color where I was supposed to. Anyways, that's the diamonds. I'm trying to think if there was any symbols that I had issues with, like I mixed them up or anything like that. I can zoom you back out a little bit. There we go. I don't think so. I mean, usually Diamonddartclub symbols are pretty clear on the canvas. I say usually. It has been an improvement, but I know like with my first few that I ordered, there was some that I was mixing up, but that's not this one. Yeah. I mean, I could see these guys because they're both kind of wavy in that, but it wasn't an issue for me. Oh, no. I know where my confusion came from. This is what I want to talk about. I work on these upside down, sideways. It does not matter. I do not work on them straight down. For some reason, maybe it's just because these two are so similar in color, so they were right next to each other, but every once in a while, I would mix up these two. Could not tell you why, because they were printed super clearly. It's just, my mind didn't like these two right beside each other. That was it for all the ones that I got mixed up with. I feel like there is something with this guy too, but I don't... No, he was the only purple. Never mind. We're good. But that was it. Everything else was super clear, which... When you have 65 symbols, you do have to run into the issue of some looking similar because there's just not that many. Alright, let's talk about the canvas. I'm gonna show you. We're just gonna straighten this out and take a look at the top half, and then we'll look at the bottom. So, the thing I love the most about this kit is this window. Not the frame specifically, but like the outside of the window. I love, I'm super excited because my Deku cardigan came in. And like, look at this thing. It's so cozy. Not what we're talking about. I love the green like vines in here with like that yellow AB. I think it looks gorgeous. Did I bump? I'm sorry, I bumped the camera again. We're gonna zoom right on in. And I'm gonna scoot this over because all of this is that white AB. And then you move over, this is all fairy dust. Now, I think it would have been cool because there's so many ABs to have this pale blue also be a fairy dust. Because you have this AB, you have this fairy dust all throughout here. Let's see if we can, you can kind of see the effect of it. It's more noticeable in person. I don't think the camera likes picking it up. I keep bumping my camera and I'm so sorry. But this also gets you a good look at the yellow AB. I think I would have liked this color to also be a fairy dust. To have, if we're going to have this window be super sparkly, make the whole thing super sparkly. But hey. But yeah. And like these little wisps. I'm going to zoom back out because we saw what I wanted you to see. Sorry. These little wisps of like magic coming from her book, I think are incredibly well done. I do think this plant kind of blends in with the background, but I also know this is the wisp that I was talking about, super pretty. But the plant kind of blends in here too, but I think it's just a little too much blending in right in here. I'm getting ahead of myself though, because I think it looks really good. Like, the final project is good. I love her face. You can definitely see the movement in her hair. Although, I did a vote on, I put up a post on Instagram and also in a Discord group asking what people thought about the hair. Because to me, it is too purple. When you look at the sticker sheet, her hair, I wish my lighting was better. Her hair isn't that purple. It's more like a deep gray brown. So I think her hair could have been a different color. But that's me being nitpicky. That yellow fairy dust is all in this moon. And this part of the band in her hat, which I think adds nice detail. We're gonna move down a little bit more. Another thing that I like how they rendered is the movement in her fabric, like in the fabric of her shirt. That looks gorgeous. The wisps down here from the book, still gorgeous, looks really nice. These plants in the books, I like all the detail. This is where I added that extra blue AB. Because in the picture, we could see that her book, like, pretty much glows. And I didn't like the fact that, like, the writing, what you could make out of the writing, was just that plain blue. So I switched it out for another AB. So on this book page, you have the writing in that 101 AB. You have the white AB on the pages, and you also have the fairy dust behind the writing. So I think this page shines really well. Also, her little button has one fairy dust in it. So that's that one. And then we have that, what is it, 109? Yeah, 109 in the plant. It's this coffee mug just shines. You have the yellow. Yeah, you have the yellow, the white AB, and more of that fairy dust in this coffee cup. You also have that 109 in the bricks of the building. I don't understand the placement for this one. It's also over here in the window ledge. Okay. I think this kit is still gorgeous, but I'm going to talk about a few things that I think could have been different. So this 109 AB, I don't think it works. Like, this is just brickwork in the background. Like, it is grout in the window. So I don't think this should have been an AB because it draws your eye to a weird place. And I don't know, like, it draws your eye to the background, which I don't really... Which is weird to say because I like how the window sparkles. I think that works. Again, I don't think the grout works, but whatever. I also don't think, like, this is the window ledge. I like that this teapot has that white AB doing some highlighting. I think that works. I don't think the brown taupey AB works on the window ledge. I think it's a weird place for it. Now, if they were doing that just to have 3 ABs for having 3 ABs, I would have liked another blue in here. Or, you know, something even in these flowers up here, but like... Or just another fairy dust in the background. I don't think I like that brown. I say that. And in most cases, if this was a square kit, I would have gone ahead and removed it. And just gone for the regular color. But because it's round, when you do changes like that and the background doesn't match, and I say that, but I did the AB over here. Whatever. And the background doesn't match, you get a weird look because it will show through the rounds. Which brings me to my main point of bringing this up. Hate is a strong word. I strongly dislike how this window ledge is, like, jagged. It's a window. It is perfectly straight over here. This one is constantly shifting. This line could have went straight down and had the same effect. I think these guys being shifted over one is weird. Could have been a straight line. Would have had the exact same effect. Because it is a straight line through here. Again, and like these ones being jagged and crooked, I understand because it's on an angle and it's never going to look perfectly straight. But when you have something going up and down, I think it would have been super simple to keep it up and down. Again, if this was a square kit, I would have just gone ahead and made the change. But because this is such a deep brown, like a deep reddy brown, if I put these light blues on top of it, you would have seen that brown in the background and it wouldn't have looked good. The same thing with just shifting this one over. If I put the browns on top of this, you would see the light blue black background and it wouldn't look good. That's partially the reason why I have a preference for squares. Not only is the click more satisfying, I also have room to make changes like this. Like, again, I have made changes to kits before. I've changed Autumn Glory. That's on my Instagram if you would like to go take a look. I have no problem changing kits, but I do when it's around. But I don't want that to sound like I'm just... It's just things that I have a personal preference for. I would change this if I could. But everything else on this kit looks nice. Like, I like this little pot over here. I like how these look. This is done nicely, even though it's just like shading and fog in the background. I think it looks good. I think she looks really good. Like, the only complaint I have is the hair color might be slightly off. But that's it. Everything else looks really good on this kit. Yeah. I think that's all that I had to say. It's just this window bothers me a little bit and this brown AB. But everything else looks awesome. I love it. I love the detail in her hand. I think that comes through really well. Again, the movement in the fabric of her shirt and her jeans. That looks awesome. Her hat. All looks great. Yeah. Alright, this has been my slightly chaotic post review of... I had a sticky note. Oh, look at that. I covered everything on my sticky note. This has been my slightly chaotic post review of Teatime Spell from Diamond Art Club. I am an affiliate of Diamond Art Club, but please don't think that that affects my opinions of the kits. Clearly. Yeah. Alright. If you like this video, please consider subscribing or just leaving a thumbs up and let me know what you think of this kit. Let me know if I'm being incredibly harsh. You won't hurt my feelings. I just want to know your thoughts and opinion. Do you think her hair color is fine? Do you think it works? Do you like this AB back here? I don't know. You tell me. If you have any questions or things you think I should have talked about that I didn't, let me know in the comments down below or shoot me a message on Instagram and I will answer all of them. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye!